welcome to our video. This is my second book haul video of the year, and that's because at the beginning of the year I decided that I was going to 1, buy less books, which means 2, I was going to do quarterly book hauls. So this is my second quarter book haul, and in the past 3 months, if I remember correctly, I bought 12 books, which honestly is about the same as last time, and some of these I didn't pay for. My boyfriend did. I feel like I'm forgetting some, but I can't remember which ones I'm forgetting, so this is what we're going with. So let me see if I can remember the order I got them in. Okay, vaguely I have the order down. So I know one of the first books I got this quarter, which was April through June of 2024, was because after the second Dune movie came out, my friend group was like, hey, we should read the books. And I was like, don't tell me twice. And me and my boyfriend were like, okay, you know, right now it's really hard to buy the books. Everyone's buying them. So let's just buy them while we can. So we each got a box set of the first 3 books, which I already owned the first one. So now I have 2 copies of the first one. And guess what? We still haven't read it, but I have them. And it's literally like, obviously I've not taken it out of the box yet, but the second 2 are the same size as the first one, which is insane. But Dune is a sci-fi series, and I honestly could not tell you what it's about. I tried to explain it for my mom the other day, and I was like, how do you even explain this series? But it's set on another planet, and the main character is Paul Atreides. I'm sure you've seen the TikToks. He's played by Timothée Chalamet in the movies, and he is like a prince? His dad is like someone in charge, and then there's like a overthrowing and a thing, and then there's sand, and I don't know how to describe it. I've watched 2 movies and I've read 100 pages of the book, and I could not tell you anything about it, but it's a sci-fi series. So first 3 books I got this quarter, and it was my boyfriend who paid for them, so does that count? I don't know. And I think the next book I got after that was Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first in this series, but I actually started with the prequel, Assassin's Blade, which is, I don't remember if you read the prequel 3rd or 4th, but I read it first because Destiny Sidwell and Sarah Crowley said so I did. So I finally got the first book because I really liked the prequel so much that I do want to continue the series. And I don't really know what to tell you what it's about. The main character's name is Selena, I think is how you say it. So basically she is an assassin, and the series is like her trying to win her freedom by like killing people or whatever. I don't know. I haven't gotten to this book yet, but I read the prequel. So it's about Assassin Selena, and I really like her. So I'm really looking forward to reading more of the books because there's a lot of them. I think there's 8 of them if I remember correctly. I am really excited to read it. I just haven't because I'm trying to buy less books. So if I read this, then I'll have to buy more of them. And I had a gift card. I had a gift card for my birthday in March. So then I got this book with the gift card. So that was my excuse to buy it. And then I think the next book I got was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. And this is my book club's pick for April. And this is my first Abby Jimenez book, actually. It's like an interconnected standalone series, whatever. So this is the 3rd one, and I read it first. So like I know a little bit what happens in the other ones, but I'm probably still gonna go back and read them. But this one is about Emma and Justin. They both have a curse where they date someone, and then when they break up, that person goes on to date their soulmate and they get married. And so they meet each other online, and they're like, hey, let's date, and then we'll break up and we'll find our soulmates. And so the book is about them like fake dating, but like they're like really dating because it has to be real to like trigger the curse. This book was really cute. I already read it. I read it in April, and this is my second 5-star read of the year. I thought it was really cute, and also the cover is so cute. And then I think I got Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is Emily Henry's new release of this year. So the main character's name is Daphne, and Daphne is engaged to Peter. And like right before their wedding, Peter leaves Daphne for Petra, which is his childhood best friend, and Petra was dating Miles. So then Daphne and Miles end up living together because they were both broken up with. And he needs a roommate and she needs somewhere to live because she was living with her fiance. Did you follow that? That's the basic plot line. And then they have like a love story, so it's like roommates, and then there's like some fake dating in there, and then it's, you know, I don't know, there's like the exes are in there. I read this in May, I think is when it came out. Whenever this book came out, I pretty much read it as soon as it came out. I did really like this book, but I didn't like it as much as Happy Place, but I liked it better than Beach Read. So I thought it was good. It just wasn't Like, I don't know, there was a lot of cute parts to it, but like I didn't absolutely love it. I would still recommend it. I think she's a really good writer, and I look forward to her future books and the past ones, which I haven't read yet, which I'll be getting to later in this video. And then I did another like annotated book swap with someone in my book club, and so I reread Divine Rivals and annotated a copy and sent it to her, and then she read In the Weeds by B.K. Borison and annotated it and sent it to me. I don't know if you can see the tabs. So this is the second book in, I don't know the name of the series. The first one's called Love Life Farms though, and this is the second one. The first one's a Christmas book about like a small town and like a Christmas farm, and she owns it, and like a social media contest and all that stuff with a best friend. So this is a sequel. So I think this follows, this follows one of the guys that works on the Christmas tree farm, and then like another woman that was introduced in the first book, and this is like their love story. And so I did want to continue that series, and this is one of the girl I switched with her favorite books, so that's one she read for me and sent me, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and it has cute annotations I can't wait to look through. And then I think the next book I got was Powerful by Lauren Roberts. This is the novella that comes after Powerless, which is on the back of the book. And so I read Powerless in December of last year, and I've been counting down for the sequel, which just came out July 2nd. And so this is like a novella that happens during the events of Powerless, but from a different point of view. And Powerless is about this city where there is a plague, and afterwards everyone develops like abilities basically. And anyone who doesn't have them are called ordinaries, and they are killed because the kingdom doesn't want them like weakening their blood. And so the main character of Powerless is named Peyton, and she does not have a power, and she's pretending to have a power. And there's like these trials where you like compete to win, and she gets sucked into the trials, and like there's like a rebellion and all that stuff happens. And so her best friend Adina is like a minor character in Powerless, but Powerful is about her best friend Adina and what Adina is going through while Peyton is going through the trials. And you know, we already know the ending of this book because we know the ending of Powerless, but it was just nice to learn more about Adina because she is such a sweet, she is so sweet, she is so special. And there was a little bit of love story in this one. I feel like the whole story felt a little bit rushed, but it's a short book, and like there's not very many words on the pages. It's a very tiny book, like height-wise, and it just felt a little bit rushed, and I wish it would have been longer, but also it's a novella, so I understand why it was rushed. So, but yeah, it was a cute book, and it did make me excited to read more of the series, which as I'm filming this, I am reading the Powerless sequel, Reckless, and I'm enjoying it. And then I ended up at a used bookstore. I went in to try to find some of the books in the Throne of Glass series used, and then I left with 2 Emily Henry books. So, like I said, I read Happy Place and I got Funny Story this year. I already owned Beach Read, which I ended up reading after I bought these, but before I'm filming this. So the last 2 books for me to buy were People We Meet on Vacation and Book Lovers. These are both other books by Emily Henry, and I don't know what these are about. So the girl's like on a trip with her sister and then meets a guy who's like a book editor. I don't know. That's what Book Lovers is about. And People We Meet on Vacation. I think they're like best friends and they go on vacation together or something. I don't know. But people love Emily Henry, and I've read 3 of her books now, and they're all 4 stars or higher for me, so I do want to read her other 2 books, and then I will have read all of her books, and I will continue reading them as they come out too, because she knows how to write romance. They're good books. And then right before June ended, I got 2 more books because me and my boyfriend went to Barnes & Noble. We were like out running errands, and he was like, do you want to go to Barnes & Noble? And I was like, duh. So we get there and he's like, are you gonna get a book? And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I don't want to spend money on a book. He's like, I'll buy you a book. And I was like, well, are you getting one? And he was like, yeah. And so he picks up a book, and I'm like, okay. And I know exactly what I want. I want Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, her new release, because I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. I have read almost all of her books. I read all of her STEM romances and her paranormal romance that came out this year. I just haven't read her YA book that came out. So this is another STEM romance. Couldn't tell you what it's about. I don't think it matters. I'm going to read all of her books regardless. But I have heard this one has a bit more spice in it than her other books. So, I mean, keep that in mind. And then this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive copy, which I think just meant that it's shiny. I think that's the only difference. Ooh. Maybe that's part of the exclusive copy too. I don't know. But anyway, I picked this up immediately because I want to read it. And then he puts his book down and we start walking to the register. And I'm like, where's your book? And he's like, oh, I didn't want to get anything. I just wanted you to get a book. And I was like, then I'm not getting a book. And he's like, no, get your book. So we head to the register and we pass the sci-fi table. And so he's like, never mind, I'm getting a book. And then it had like the sticker on it that's like buy one, get one half off. So he's like, get another book. And I was like, don't tell me twice. And then he was like, no, I'm getting you another book. And I was like, okay. So he picked out Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is the same author that wrote The Martian, which is my first 5-star read of this year because my boyfriend got me to read that book too. And he said that this one is a lot like that one, as in like I'll like the writing of this one, but I'll probably like it even more. And so he was like, yeah, I'll buy you 2 books as long as you read this one first. And I was like, that's fair. I guess I'll read that one first, but we'll see. So he bought me 2 more books. And yeah, those are all the books I got in the past 3 months. Really not that bad. I do think I bought 1 ebook. Yes, I did buy a book on my Kindle, which I typically don't buy ebooks because I feel like, you know, if I'm spending money on a book, I want to own it physically. But the reappearance of Rachel Price was like a deal on Kindle like a few days ago, like in June. And so I went ahead and bought that on my Kindle because I do want to read that book, but I don't want to spend $30 on a hardcover right now. I'll probably end up getting a copy of it like for Christmas or something because I do want to own all of her books. I don't know if it's in the frame back there in the corner or her books. Yeah. So it's 12 books, I guess, and then 1 ebook. But let's do some stats. Of all these books, what did I say, 12? 2 of the stack were for my book club, which I said that even though I'm cutting back on books, I will still buy books for my book club. I did not buy the June book because I haven't read the March book, and the March book was the first one in the June book series, so I'm a little bit behind. But anyway, so these are for my book club, which I have to buy them anyway, but also I was gonna probably get Emily Henry's book anyway. So anyway, book club books, gonna buy them anyway. And then I had a gift card for this one, so like, like free money. And then my boyfriend bought me 5 books, and then the person sent me a book, which technically I sent her a book, so I guess it kind of like cancels out. 2 were used. That just leaves this one. This was the only one that I didn't like, I spent my money on where I like didn't have to. Only this one. See the logic I have? Is that girl math or book math? I don't know. But I think I did pretty good on buying books in the past 3 months. Also, going through all the books I bought in the past 3 months, I did read 3 of them at least. So there's that too. And going forward in the next 3 months, I will probably read these 2 and probably 1 of these going forward. So, you know, I still think I'm doing pretty good when it comes to book buying. I have bought a lot less than like last year by this time. So, I mean, I wasn't keeping very good track last year, but I do know September of last year, I bought 13 books in 1 month versus so far the first 6 months of this year, I have acquired, trying to do math, 23. I have acquired 23 books so far in the first 6 months of this year, and some of those were gifts. So that's really not that bad. Not that bad. I'll take it. I also do have this book in a reading vlog if you wanted to watch me read this. I read it while I was at the lake. But yeah, that's the end of another video. This is my second book haul video. Like I said, the next one will be at the end of September, I think. And yeah, maybe you'll watch that one then. Maybe you'll watch some of my other videos. And yeah, bye.